All right, how's it going, everybody? Today's album is called Alpha Resurrection. All right, and we'll listen to it in just a minute. But I'm tired of seeing weak men. Okay, I'm tired of seeing in TV commercials, movies. It's the weak man led by a strong woman. Okay. And I'm not going to say there aren't strong women out there, but in most cases, I mean, men are the stronger, they have the stronger body, okay, and the woman is weaker, okay, they are just not as strong. And the feminist world, I guess, has infiltrated the Hollywood and the music world and is trying to make women into something that they are not, and trying to destroy masculinity and put men in a position that they were not meant to be in. Okay? And I'm just tired of seeing weak men accepting it. That's freaking pathetic. All right. So men, get off your asses and put your backbone back where it's supposed to be. You're the one with the balls. Get on it. All right. These women. I want to be respectful. I want to be kind, and it's like, girls, you need to be ladies and you should stop acting like men. But they're not going to listen to me. They're not going to be it's like, fuck you, John, I'm a strong and independent woman, I don't need no man. It's like, yes, you do, you really do, and you don't know how much you do, because you're saying what you're saying with no, you don't live in reality. Okay, you might not want a man in a relationship, okay, but you like driving your car, right? Yeah, well, a man is maintaining that car. You take it to the shop, it's not full of women, are there? Okay, no, because they don't want to be a mechanic. I'm not saying there are no female mechanics, but the majority are men. When I was writing this album, what got me to write it was the thought of women thinking that they don't need men. So I thought, it's like, what if men tomorrow? What if all the men disappeared? Okay, and then I keep hearing on the whatever podcast and the Fresh and Fit podcast and a few others, if men disappeared tomorrow, society would go into chaos. Okay, the electricity power would go down because no one's there to maintain it. Food would last maybe a day or so, okay? Because no one's transporting the food. No one is, because the majority of truck drivers are men. Everything in society is maintained and built by men, okay? If men disappear, society disappears. That is a fact, okay? Now, let's switch it, okay? If women disappear, okay, society would keep going. Men would be sad. And nowadays with robots and fembots, they would, after a few years, and once this, the fembots, the female robots, actually become, it's realistic now, okay? But there would be. I'm laughing, but it's serious. But the next 10, 20 years would probably be the most peaceful years in the human existence. Okay, because there are no women to start the drama. All right, and with I believe it's Japan that is actually they created a they can now you can now have lab grown kids. Okay, they have a womb in the lab that can grow the child. Okay, so men are doing this. All right, the majority of the scientists are men, and the technicians and all that are men. All right, so they would still be around to finish this, and give it 10, 20 years, and we would be able to build, have lab-grown female humans, and have them born in the lab. Okay. So yeah, all the old human females disappeared. Okay, they're gone. Men would actually, using science, create new human females, and then humanity would continue. But if men disappeared and women were the only ones around, society would implode. And that's hilarious, yet also serious. I mean, I remember this. I guess if you look up Bear Grylls, he had a show that was kind of like Survivor, and there was a group of men on one side of the island and a group of women on the other side of the island, and the men thrived. They were having the time of their lives. It wasn't they had to do the work, they had to go find the food and the hunter-gatherer kind of thing, but they excelled at that. They enjoyed it. They developed I believe a leadership. I saw it as a wolf pack. They had their leader. The leader had the lieutenants and all that, and they all did their job, and they all enjoyed. It was like a vacation to them. And then these women can't find food. Okay, they can't get water. They can't start their fires. So they are going to the men's side of the island and begging for help. And that just shows. I mean, there are still modern day women saying they don't need men. They don't need this. But this was a perfect representation of how women do need men. And I'm just tired of the bullshit, okay? So if women didn't want to be in a relationship with men, that's totally up to them, all right? But to say that women do not need men, they're delusional. And I am to the point where it's like, fine, sell your car, get rid of your phone, start living by yourself on an island, and have nothing to do with men, and that includes everything that men either have built or maintained. Okay? So no internet, no phone, no TV, no car. The majority of clothes are built by men or designed by men. So no shoes, no socks, everything that is built or maintained by men, you should not be using. And I give it 3 days before you come back begging for men. But they are in such, like, the whole phrase, Easy times create weak people. I think the original quote was weak men, and hard times create hard men, which creates easy times, which create soft men. I'll just try to do this quote. Easy times create easy men. Easy men create hard times. Hard times create hard men. Hard men create easy times. It's like, I would much rather skip remember the hard times. Learn the lesson. And in the easy time, respect the people that went through the hard time, created this easy time. And don't forget the lessons that they can teach, that they have taught. And don't let there be another hard. Usually the hard times includes a world war or some type of tragedy. Okay? I don't think this country needs or this world needs another war like that. Why can't we learn from our lessons and be wise with what our grandparents went through, and why can't we learn from them? Learn from their mistakes and also learn from their the good things that they've done, the lessons that they have learned and have tried to teach us. Why can't we hold on to those and apply those? But a lot of women take this easy time and they have become or attempted to become masculine, and now they have reached this masculine level. They don't need men because they are the man they thought they needed, when in reality they don't even come close. And I think a lot of women need to learn the lesson. So a lot of men have stopped opening doors for them. They've stopped giving the woman their seat on the train or bus or whatever. And I'm fine with that. It's the little things. Now, if she's my age or younger, she's not pregnant, she doesn't look sick, she doesn't have a broken leg or whatever, she can stand. Okay, she can open up her own damn door. All right, I've been yelled at. I used to do Uber and Lyft. Okay, and I would offer if I'm dropping them off at the airport or wherever, offer to help with their luggage. And I can't tell you how many times I've been yelled at. I don't even know. I'm not going to curse, but they would yell at me for even offering. Can I help you with your luggage? No, I don't need that. Blah 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 blah. Or I've always opened doors. Like if you're coming behind me, or if I see you, even 50 feet away. Okay, I would hold the door open. And in most cases, no thank yous, no any sign of gratitude, smile, whatever. They would just walk by as I hold the door open. And it's like, fine, I'm done. It's like, and I want to say I don't really need a thank you, but you know what? Whenever someone holds the door open for me, I am grateful. I say thank you. It's not hard or difficult or whatever. Especially when a woman does it. It's rare, but it does happen. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, I only open doors for the elderly, and if someone is right behind me. I'm not going to have the door slam in their face. But I do the same for men. Okay? I do not open the door because of your gender. And there are two genders. Okay? And I do that for men and women. If you're 50 feet away you can open your own damn door. All right? I'm not going to stand there and hold the door open for someone that is ungrateful and is a little bitch. All right? Sorry, no. Sometimes if I see a man and he's like not too far away, I'll open the door. I'll hold the door open for him. And men have done that for me. Okay? It's like, I wish to say common courtesy was actually common. And gratefulness was common too, but it's not. I mean, like, every single man that I've ever opened or held the door open has said thank you. And sad to say, but only about less than 10% of women that I've either held the door open for, or it's like, I can kind of get if you were right behind me, they don't say thank you. But if they're more than a few feet away, and I stay at the door and leave it open for them, and no thank you, it's like, why should I continue doing this? Why? Why should men be chivalrous? Even though women need to stop wanting men to be chivalrous, because they need to look up what chivalry was. Okay? We are not knights, and ladies aren't ladies. So, and women have killed chivalry, or feminism has killed chivalry, and it's not even, it can't even be resuscitated. It can't even be brought back from it's dead and gone. I'm fine with that. Okay? I'll be polite to my friends, the women in my family, and hopefully one day my wife, I'll definitely be opening doors for her. But am I going to be opening her car door? If she's not sick, pregnant, or injured, she can open her own door. Okay? If we are in a dangerous neighborhood, I might open her door just to make sure that I am very protective of me and mine. Okay? But if we're in a mostly safe area, she can open her own door. Okay? Her car door. Alright? And the whole thing about pulling the seat out and having her sit down. Sit down. Just sit down. And I heard this one clip of a girl saying, if I'm ordering the steak, you better cut my steak. Cut your own damn steak. I mean, my gosh, the gall of modern day women right now. If I order a steak, you better cut it. No. If I'm cutting the steak, I'm eating the steak. Especially if I'm paying for it. Cut your own damn steak. My gosh. And the same woman, I'm a queen, I'm a whatever, you better treat me as a... She better do some... Women who think they're queens better look back in history and realize that the sole job of the queen was to bear the king an heir. That was it. It wasn't to rule. This whole Queen of England thing is a rare, and it's not reality. Okay? And in her case, it was the prime minister that actually did the actual managing everything and making things run. But the princess, the job of the princess is to become a queen. And in most cases in history, the princesses were married off to the king's allies. Okay? And they were married off to a prince that would not go to war with them. Okay, that was the primary goal. It's like, okay, we want peace. You have a prince, I have a princess. Let's get them married, and as long as their relationship is together, we won't go to war. Very rarely did a queen actually rule, and we have history to show the consequences of those that did. Okay, the whole Joan of Arc thing. If you actually look in the history, there was a knight that was pretty much always came to her rescue, and she might have. This is how you can also use religion as a to manipulate followers. Now, in the whole Joan of Arc case, it worked out for her until it didn't. But women need to come back to reality and know their place. I also, we better start this. This is a long intro, sorry. But it needs to be said, okay? Even if you don't believe in the Bible, I highly recommend that you do, and I highly recommend that you read it and all that. But that being said, read Genesis, okay? Like in the beginning, God created Adam first, okay? He didn't create Eve first. He created Adam first, and Adam started naming the animals, working the animal, like living his life, and God saw that Adam was lonely, and that none of the, let's just say, woman, there are animals in the world, but there's nothing to replace a woman, okay? Anyway, Adam went to sleep, and God created Eve out of one of Adam's ribs. Okay? So that shows where the woman should be. It shouldn't be in front of the man. It shouldn't be behind the man. It should be at her man's side, helping him. She is his helper. Okay? She is not his boss. She is not his servant. She is his helper. Okay? And I shouldn't have to be the one that's telling women that they should know their place. Okay? It is not in the office. It is at home taking care of the kids. And if you don't have kids, fine. You work until you do get married and have kids. Let's go on. I'll shut up now. Okay. Let's go and listen to the album, and then we'll talk more after. All right. Thanks for listening. Just a minute.
They tried to bury us in shame, but now the Alpha's back in the game. Tired of pretending we're not who we are. They dim our flame, but can't kill the star. Confidence ain't toxic, it's earned in war. We walk like lions, you hear the roar. Alpha rising, no fear, no chains. Masculine power pumping through veins. We don't ask, we take a seat. Kings of the world, born to compete. rising with thunder and flame. Not for fortune, not for fame, but to awaken the core of man and take back what began. The roads, we raised the steel. We broke our backs to turn the wheel. Built this world with calloused hands, then got erased from our own land. They mocked our strength, called it a crime, tried to erase the ancient line. But buried deep beneath the lies, the fire in our soul still never dies. They said sit down, they said obey, but real men never fade away. The blood of kings runs through our veins. We rise again, we break the chains. Rise up now, forgotten men. The world will feel our strength again. From dust to glory we return. With hearts of fire we let it burn. They try to kill what makes us true, but brother, we were built to push through. So raise your voice, ignite the sky. Masculinity will never die. We gave our lives to build their dreams. Now we're the villains in their memes. But when the softness starts to fall, they'll come back begging for us all. We are the storm, the shield aflame. We never asked for all this fame. We just want what's earned, not free. Honor, faith, and dignity. We're not your pawns. We're not your pawns. We won't be silenced, held down. The time is now to take it back. One final march We're waking up from every dream. The time has come, the line is drawn. The age of real men marches on. He was raised in fire, forged in pain, built from storms and driving rain. They told him feelings make you strong, but silence made him last this long. A lion's stare, a heart that's brave enough to care. He bears the weight, he holds the line, a man by choice, by fate, design. They can't define what he should be. He answers only to what's free. Strength and mercy in his soul. This is what makes a man whole. Man of iron, heart of fire, burns with truth, climbs even higher. Fists like thunder, soul like gold. He's the story never told. They called him cold, they called him cruel, but he's the man who breaks their rule. Man of iron, heart of flame, born for battle, not for shame. He walks alone but never lost, knows what freedom really costs. He never begged, he never bowed, but built his name without a crowd. The world grew soft, he stayed the same, a burning torch inside the rain. You'll find no quit within his chest. He bleeds, he breaks, he still stands back. Man of iron, heart of fire, burns with truth, climbs even higher. Fists like thunder, soul like gold. He's the story never told. They called him cold, they called him cruel, but he's the man who breaks their rule. Man of iron, heart of flame, born for battle, not for shame. He stands for sons not yet alive, for sacred truth they'll need to thrive, for daughters who deserve strong men. He'll fight until the bitter end. Man of iron, heart of fire, fueling faith when hopes expire. They tried to break him, but they failed. The did the warriors go? Buried beneath the status quo. A million men with silent pain, hiding under guilt and shame. They mocked our rage, silenced our pride, told us strength should run and hide. But truth doesn't fade with time. Masculinity is still divine. This is a masculine revival. No more shame, no fake survival. From the ashes we ignite. Stand as men, prepared to fight. For honor, truth, and legacy. We're not your new age parody. This is real, this is primal. We are the masculine revival. What men can be, strong, protective, wild and free. But now we break the silent vow. The lion roars again right now. We fix, we fight, we face the storm. We're heat and heart in human form. No more masks, no more retreat. We walk like kings on every street. This is a masculine revival. No more shame, no fake survival. From the ashes we ignite. Stand as men, prepared to fight. For honor, truth, and legacy. We're not your new age parody. This is real, this is primal. We are the masculine revival. Not fragile boys with bitter tweets. We're building towers, not retreats. No safe space for lies to thrive. This is the age we come alive. This is a masculine revival. Not a trend, this is survival. We reclaim what they denied. With heads held high and arms spread wide. They can mock or run or riot. We are back, and we won't be quiet. They tried to neuter every man, softened fists and broke the plan. Told us sit down, don't offend. But this is where the rules all end. Testosterone is not a curse. It's fuel for building, not a hearse. And now the fire's back in veins. It's wartime, rip the chain. This is a testosterone rebellion, louder than the lies we're telling them. We're the fire they can't tame. Masculine, wild, unashamed. Rising up, storming through. Built by pain and forged in truth. This is more than just a yell. We are the ones they couldn't quell. Crush lies and tear down fear. No beta script is welcome here. We're primal, fierce, and battle ready. Hard, not hollow, sharp and steady. Forget your safe and quiet boys. We break the mold, destroy their toys. We don't ask to be set free. We are the key, the legacy. This is a testosterone rebellion. Louder than their lies, we're telling them. We're the fire they can't tame. Masculine, wild, unashamed. Rising up, storming through. Built by pain and forged in truth. This is more than just a yell. We are the ones they couldn't quell. No fake remorse, we're nature's law, we are the force. Rise or bow, now take your pick, because the men are rising quick. This is a testosterone rebellion, not your pet or proud civilian. This is thunder, this is war. We're not asking anymore. He's heard it all 1,000 times. Too short, too broke, too far behind. Told to change to fit their mold. Be sweet, be soft, do what you're told. But he's not bending for the game. He's got the scars, he wears no shame. Built his path through fire and stone. A man stands tall, even alone. He's man enough to take the fall, to walk alone and still stand tall. He doesn't need their weak applause. He lives for purpose, not their laws. He's not a puppet, not a fool. Man enough to break the rule. He's not their type, he's not their trend. But truth and grit don't need to bend. He doesn't flex for fake appeal. He's raw, relentless, forged and real. They laugh and point, they shame and scream, but he keeps chasing something clean. He'll never beg, he'll never bow. He's all they're not and more somehow. He's man enough to take the fall, to walk alone and still stand tall. He doesn't need their weak applause. He lives for purpose, not their laws. He's not a puppet, not a fool. Man enough to break the rule. He doesn't speak in hashtags fake. He speaks with hands that build and break. While others talk, he makes the climb. This man is built to last through time. He's man enough to be denied and still walk forward dignified. Let him mock, let him bluff, he doesn't care. He's man enough. They told us to kneel, to bury our pride, to swallow the truth, to run and to hide. But deep in our blood, the lion still roars. We rise from the ashes. We're breaking the doors. They call us toxic, but we're born to protect. Built for the storm, not for neglect. You can't cancel the code in our bones. We're the kings, reclaiming our thrones. Lionheart, never back down. We wear our scars like a crown. Warriors born from the fight. We bring honor back to the light. Legacy they try to erase. Now we rise and retake our place. We are men forged in flame, and we'll never die in shame. Masculinity, not a curse or a crime. It's discipline, power, and walking the line. We teach, we build, we bleed for the truth. We raise up our sons to hold on to their roots. Call us old-fashioned, say we're too strong, but weakness has ruled for far too long. Now hear the thunder under our feet. The lion's awake, and he won't retreat. Lionheart, never back down. We wear our scars like a crown. Warriors born from the fight. We bring honor back to the light. Legacy they tried to erase. Now we rise and retake our place. We are men forged in flame, when we'll never die in shame. through darkest night. No shortcuts, no silver spoon, just grit and grind from sun to moon. While they mock and call us names, we carry burdens, play no games. They forgot who builds this land. It's time they understand. I was built to be a man, not to beg, not to bend, not to take a stand halfway. I was made to fight and plan with calloused hands. In truth I'll stay. I'm not broken, I'm awake. You can't kill what you didn't make. This is who I am, built to be a man. They push shame on what we are, but we're the ones who raise the stars. From battlefields to fathers' roles, we carry weight, we guard the soul. Let them scream, let them cry, but we won't fade and we won't lie. You want a world that stands and grows, then let real men lead the built to be a man, not to beg, not to bend, not to take a stand halfway. I was made to fight and plan with calloused hands. In truth I'll stay. I'm not broken, I'm awake. You can't kill what you didn't make. This is who I am, built to be a man. Built to be a man. They say men don't cry, but we break in the dark. We carry the weight, wear invisible marks. We suffer in silence, no shoulder to lean. Hiding the pain, trying not to be seen. But strength ain't just fists or fury in fight. It's standing tall through endless nights. Even titans fall to their knees, but rise again with memory. These are the tears of a titan falling down like molten rain. You won't see them, but they're burning in the silence, in the pain. I'm not made of stone alone, but requires strength. We walk alone at full length. We're not machines we bleed to, but we'll bleed to defend you. These are the tears of a titan falling down like molten rain. You won't see them, but they're burning in the silence, in the pain. I'm not made of stone alone, but I'll still protect my home through the fire and the fighting. These are the tears of a titan. They try to silence the sound of the truth, erase the old ways, poison the youth. But we won't kneel, we won't comply. We were born to rise and never die. You can ban, block, shadow and hate, but truth moves faster than your gate. With a virus in your code, the truth you fear but still explode. I'm uncancelable, unshakable. My voice is free and unbreakable. You can mute what's in my soul. I'll keep speaking, I'm in control. From the ashes of the lies, watch me blaze across your skies. Say my name and feel the tremble. I'm uncancelable. Shut the door, but we came back stronger than before. Built new platforms, made our stage, turned your outrage into rage. You want obedience, silence and fear, but men like me won't disappear. I'm the storm you tried to stop, now I'm rising to the top. Uncancelable, unshakable. My voice is free and unbreakable. You can mute what's in my soul. I'll keep speaking, I'm in control. From the ashes of the lies, watch me blaze across your skies. Say my name and feel the tremble. I'm uncancelable. Uncancelable, unshakable. My voice is free and unbreakable. You can mute what's in my soul. I'll I'm not sorry for being a man, for having a plan, for taking a stand. I won't bow to your fake ideals. Truth ain't soft and wounds don't heal. You want me weak, tamed and dull, but I'm alive, raw and full. No guilt for how I lead, no shame for what I bleed. No apologies, no fake regret. I'm the storm you won't forget. I'll speak what must be said, even if I wind up dead. This is truth, unfiltered fire, fueled by fate, not your desire. I was born to lead, not please. So no apologies. I protect, I fight, I don't ask why. And I'll look you in the eye when I die. This world needs men who dare, not those who live on fake repair. If you hate me, that's just fine, but your lies won't rewrite mine. I won't trade steel for peace. This is war, and I won't cease. No apologies, no fake regret. I'm the storm you won't forget. I'll speak what must be said, even if I wind up dead. This is truth, unfiltered fire, fueled by fate, not your desire. I was born to lead, not please. So no apologies. Born in a world that tells us to kneel, but fire in our blood is something they can't steal. They want us to break, to bend, to obey, but real men rise. They don't fade away. Taught to protect, not to apologize. They shame our strength, but we see through the lies. We lead by honor, not by fear. And when chaos calls, the leaders appear. We're hardwired to lead, forged by the flame. Brothers in arms who won't die in shame. We build, we bleed, we Patriarchy must fall, but without strong men, there's nothing at all. Civilization was carved by our hands, from dirt to steel, from sea to land. They mock our pride, they laugh at our pain, but we wear the scars they earn as our name. It's not control, it's duty and drive. Masculine order keeps nations alive. We're hardwired to lead, forged by the fire, fueling the future, never to tire. Legacy's ours, we don't retreat. We lead from the front, we never accept defeat. Every day's a battle, every breath a test. Modern life softens, but we fight with the rest. Steel in our mind, grit in our soul. We train, we build, we fight for control. Modern gladiator, throw me in the ring. No armor needed, I was born a king. Flesh and blood, heart and flame. I don't play the victim, I play the game. 9 to 5 or boots in the sand. We fight with tools or fight hand to hand. Masculinity is not an outdated trait. It's the reason freedom still stands straight. They can mock, they can ban, but they'll never understand a man. We don't fear the fight, we train for the war. Modern gladiators, hear the roar. Modern gladiator, never back down. I wear the crown of a blood-stained town. With calloused hands and broken chains, I rise again, unleashed, unchained. He said, son, hold your head up high. Even when the world tells you to cry, don't let softness steal your flame. Men aren't made to all be the same. His hands were rough, his heart was strong, taught me right, even when he was wrong. He didn't speak much, but he showed the way, and now I walk it every day. Echoes of the Father, carved in stone. I hear his voice when I'm alone. A man's not born, he's forged in strife, with pain, with honor, with real life. Now I pass it on, what he gave to me. Legacy, discipline, masculinity. They can try to erase the line, but echoes of real men will stand the test of time. Echoes of the Father never fade. He lives in the choices that I've made. The world may change, but not our creed. Real men rise, and sons will lead. In the garden where it all began, God formed the earth, the sky, the man. Dust to flesh with breath divine. He made Adam strong by his design. No noise, no crowd, just Eden's peace. No feminist voice, no fake release. He walked alone till God decreed it's not good for man to lack a need. So he reached inside, pulled from his side, not from his feet, not from his pride, not from his head to lead above, but from his rib crafted in love. She wasn't made to rule or reign, not to lead the charge or bear the flame. She wasn't built to walk ahead, nor drag behind till love is dead. She stands beside him, calm and true, in strength and grace like God meant to. A woman's place ain't in command, it's standing strong right by her man. They scream for power, cry for war, but lose the love they once stood for. They curse the roles, they break the mold, but truth don't change just 'cause it's old. You call it hate, I call it fact. You burn the bridge, we're taking it back. Not chains, not cuffs, but God's own plan. A helper fit to build with man. So quit the lie, this battle cry. charge or bear the flame. She wasn't built to walk ahead nor drag behind. Till love is dead, she stands beside him hand in hand. A sacred bond not built on sand. A woman's place not forced or planned, but chosen freely right by her man.
So that said a lot, but it was true, okay? Men, we have to take masculinity back, okay? The whole letting the women lead and would let them wear the pants, that if you are in a relationship, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you are the leader. And if you are not currently the leader, you need to have a serious conversation with your girlfriend or wife, and you need to tell her that you are going to step up and lead, and then do so. That might be difficult for a time, but you need to do your research. You need to become the best leader that you can possibly be, and you need to lead, okay? It's going to be hard, difficult, but roll with the punches, okay? That is your role in the relationship. It should not be her job to wear the pants, okay? Now, I don't know why you chose to be with a masculine woman, but you have, okay? If you have. But if you really want to be with her and she is the one that is leading you, fix it or get out of the relationship, okay? And of course that'll be easier if she's the girlfriend and not the wife. If you're married to her, it's going to be more difficult, okay? And I really hope that she will allow you to lead her and have her submit to your leadership. But that's going to be more difficult, okay? Because she's been in the leadership position for so long, and I don't know if she's even seen you lead. Does she trust you to lead? I don't know. But that is your place as a leader. And overall, I hope the relationship would be better with you in the lead. And she can relax a bit and support you as a leader, okay? Help you where you need help and fulfill her role as the helper. Just like Eve was supposed to be Adam's helper, your wife will be your helper. And who knows, after some time, she might actually prefer and like that role, okay? She might excel at that role as your helper. You should not be her helper. You should not be submitting to her leadership. You are the leader. Fulfill your role or get out of the relationship. Stop being feminine. And yeah, that's going to take work. Okay, so do it. You're the man. Be the man. And guys, if you're dating, stop dating masculine women. The only way women are going to change is if they see the need to change. Okay? If they're not getting any dates, it's like suddenly, just imagine suddenly all the simps in the world stop simping. Okay? OnlyFans would go out of business. All these porn sites that all these women are turning to get money suddenly go out of business because their men just canceled their subscription. And now see how women need men again. That would be hilarious. And good for this world. Could you imagine all the simps grabbing their backbone that they've thrown away and slamming it back in and becoming the leader they were meant to be? The world would be a better place. Okay? Be the man, be the alpha, be the leader in your life. Okay? Now I know in most cases you work for someone. That doesn't mean that you can't be the alpha in your life. Okay? You can't you can still live the alpha life and still follow orders, do what you're supposed to do at work, but at home, who's in charge? You are. Okay? Who's the man? You are. Who makes the decisions in your relationship? You do. Okay? That does not mean you don't get wise counsel from your girlfriend or wife. That doesn't mean you seek her advice or knowledge, because my mom is one of the wisest women I know. And guess who asks for her advice in things that she is wise in? My dad. Okay? One of the wisest and best things that you can do is get counsel from your wife. Okay? But she's also a wise lady. Okay? She's not a feminist. She knows her place. She knows what she's good at, and she knows what she's not good at. Okay? We need more women like that. Now, there are women that are good at certain things. Okay? I understand that. There are women in certain roles in society that they are actually good at and excel at. And such as politics. Okay, I see women, female politicians. Okay, most are pathetic. Okay, but there are a few that actually do a really good job, and they are rare. Okay, and these women are good at that, and although they are in a leadership position, they are good at what they do, okay? And that usually means they had an outstanding father that taught them what it takes to lead, especially in politics. They are usually have a lot of knowledge in our history of our country, as in America. I don't know where you're listening to this, but to be a leader in politics or for a country, they need to know the history of that country. Okay? They should know what parts of history are that you want to repeat, and some parts of history that you do not want to repeat. And they should act accordingly. They should act accordingly they should represent the ones who voted for them and do their job and not let their emotions, their feelings, get in the way of their job. And I think that is the hardest part for female leaders, okay? When they let their emotions and their feelings get in the way of their duty, okay? That's why I will still, like, the best leaders are men, okay? They don't let their feelings get in the way. Their emotions are, in most cases, useless, okay? Logic, reasoning, actually think with the, using the evidence and the tools that they have at hand to use. They apply them, and they do what they got to do. All right. What I hate, like some of the movies and TV shows that we see right now. There was this one show that had. I'm not going to mention the. I don't need to get sued by Hollywood, okay? But there was this one show, all right, and there's the captain, the leader, and they're in battle. Their ship is taking a lot of hits and damage and all that, and he freezes, okay? And then you have the female commander, the number one. You might know what I'm talking about, and she's like, orders, Captain, orders. What do you like? Tell us, what are your orders? And he's all looking around. He's like, what do we do? What do we do? I'm scared. And he freezes. Yet, in reality, if you freeze like that, you die. And if you have a crew with you, they die. And your ship is getting attacked, and it's like you die if you freeze. Now, an older version of this show, the captain is an outstanding captain. He's not perfect, but he's a really good captain. And he is giving orders, and he doesn't let his fear, because everyone, especially in combat, are afraid. It's what you do with that fear. Okay? And this captain is making the orders. His crew, his bridge crew, is carrying out those orders, and in most cases, he defeats the enemy that's attacking him. Okay? Because he leads by example, and he gives the appropriate orders to the appropriate people, so everybody knows what they need to do, and they're doing their job, and they overcome the evil, okay, the enemy. But these days, you got the weak man, and you got the strong woman, and things are out of order, and break for commercial, because we can't stand the drama. I hate commercials. But that's society today. Okay, we have weak leaders. We have strong, wannabe masculine women, and in the middle, there's all these genders that think they're this and they're really that, and they're confused, and that's all in this one show that I'm talking about. That show is now about feelings and drama, and when it used to be about good against evil, and the battle that the characters had to fight when they were in the gray area, okay? When they could take the easy route and leave, or the hard route and help people that needed help, or to do the right thing is not always easy. And the show used to be, we're going to do the right thing no matter what the cost, okay? We could get hurt, but we're going to do the right thing. And the leader, the captain, did his job. And the commander, his number one, did his job and supported the captain and called out the captain when He wasn't doing. Usually, when the commander called out the captain was the real captain was captured, and the clone placed by the enemy was acting just a little bit out of normal. And the commander called him out and identified him as not the real captain. And anyway, I miss that. The good old show. And now we got shows like what we got today. And it's just weak men, strong women, and all the genders in between and their feelings. And that just sucks. Men need to be men again. Make masculinity great again. Alright. And make femininity great again. Women need to be feminine again. Stop being masculine. Stop putting yourself in places and jobs that require masculinity. Okay? It's like women are the freest they have ever been in today's society, and they are trying to outman men. Okay? And men are no longer, the real men are saying no more. We're not taking this bullshit. And the simps out there, the sympathetic people that are men, sympathetic boys that would much rather be nice and are infatuated with these women that would never give them the time of day, yet they pay their money to message them, and they're hoping this porn star would message them back, and the message that they do get is actually a man this porn star is paying to handle her messages. And then now this simp thinks that she's actually in a conversation with this porn star. Come on, guys. You're actually paying for this bullshit? I mean, we need the bullshit these women are throwing at us, we need to identify it as bullshit and not eat it up as if it was ice cream. Okay? This is pathetic. And we are allowing it, man. I remember, and I think it was Andrew Wilson, that all these women who are shoveling this bullshit into society and calling it ice cream, and the men who are saying, no, this is bullshit. If more men started doing that, life would be better. But men have to actually stand up and start being men. You need to stop accepting these feminist leaders, okay? And if that means having a serious conversation with your girlfriend or wife, have that conversation. If that means getting a different job, do your best to get a different job, okay? If that means just do the right thing, okay? Stop being a simp and start being the alpha that you can be. Okay? There are things that are out of your control. There are things that are in your control. And act accordingly. Okay? And I'm not saying that all female bosses are bad. I have had a few female bosses and they were great. But it really depends on the job that you're in, okay? And are these women the best? Is she the best person for that job? Okay? And there are jobs out there that you might be in that the company, it used to be that they had to have this certain amount of women, people of this color, and of this orientation, okay? With Trump now in office, that is, I believe, going away, okay? Or at least the government side of that, the government demand of that is going away. And now it's up to the company. But if the company would rather have a female manager who can't lead, who is doing more damage to the company, but the company says we need to have so, like, anyway, you know what I mean. I wish I didn't have to say that, hey, most women make they don't make good leaders, okay? And it really takes an outstanding woman to lead, but she's been taught to lead by a good dad, okay? It's rare, but they do exist, okay? But in most cases, the best leaders are men, all right? And the whole, like I've been told, like I am willing to lead, I'm also willing to follow. Depends on the job, right? Look up what Sigma is, okay? It's like, what I've been told is that, and what the research that I've done, are Sigmas are alphas, but without all the bullshit and pride and arrogance, okay? They're the ones that can lead, but they don't have to lead. And when they do lead, it's not all about them. They give their gratitude to the team. If they're leading a team, it's like, hey, it wasn't just me, it's the team. They don't seek attention, okay? They do the job they need to do, and they move forward, okay? They're the lone wolves. I prefer to work alone. I excel at working alone, but I can also lead a team, all right? And I've been told, like, hey, John, like, anyway, I've been told I act like an alpha, or like a Sigma, several times, several different jobs, and since then I've done more research, and it's like, okay, I don't care if it's cool, I don't care if it's uncool, this is how I've been identified, and I see the similarities of a Sigma and how I live my life, okay? And then I've seen those alphas that seek attention, and yeah, they can lead when they have to, but they would prefer to be in the center of the party and have all eyes on them, yeah, like that. And you got the alpha pride and alpha arrogance. And then I've definitely seen the betas that want to be in the alpha's circle. And these guys have their use, I guess. But I would much rather not. I mean, I just see them as an embarrassment. I'm embarrassed for them. It's like, especially the ones that they want the attention from the alpha, and they want the good boys, good boy. They want the treats and all that stuff. When they could be leaders, they could be good alphas without the arrogance and pride. There are a lot of things I want to say, but I want to say things that I would actually help you, and not, I don't want to do the work for you. I don't want to Bible bash you or make you think or feel that I am degrading you or putting you down because you are a beta or you are that prideful, arrogant alpha. I think you know, I hope you know the work you need to do to become a better man. And if you're a beta and you think that you might have the potential of being an alpha, go do the work necessary and become that alpha. You can have an alpha attitude and still obey the orders your boss gives you, okay? But with that alpha attitude, you might be seen as a capable leader and you might be put in leadership positions. But if you're a beta, you're not going to go anywhere. And if you do get promoted, are you really going to be able to lead? You need to do your research on great leaders, and we have plenty in our history. Look up military generals, look up military heroes, and see how they led their men. They led by example and up in front. Okay? So do that. Become sufficient and competent in your job. Know the rules and regulations and act accordingly. And teach that to the new people. Start training the new people. Every single job I've had, I've always trained the new people. I've gotten competent and I've gotten to know the rules and regulations, what to do, what not to do it, how to do my job, and I've been able to teach this job to the new people in all the jobs that I've had. Every single one. Okay? And I am hoping you who are listening to this, that you can too. Okay? You might not be able to right now. So teach yourself, ask for help from your bosses, and do what you got to do to get yourself in that position. Okay? It might lead to a promotion, it might not, but you are making yourself better. You are becoming a better man. All right? You're doing your job as a man. Okay? Stop letting these masculine women take away your masculinity. Okay? And if more and more men start doing this, more and more ladies or women might see the opportunity to act feminine. Okay? I don't think when women say, I have to be masculine because men aren't being masculine, that's a load of crap. Okay? Or they say in relationships, they're not going to submit to a man unless the man abuses them, puts them in their place. I've actually seen clips of women say, there was this one English girl, okay, and in her accent, and it's like, if I slap a man, and he doesn't slap me back, I don't respect him. Well, why is she even slapping men? Okay? Why do men literally have to resort to abuse and assault to gain women's respect? Why do men have to force women to be in their feminine? They should already be in their feminine. Why do women say, I'm not gonna, why do women say that they will not act feminine unless men are masculine to them? It's like that she should already be in her feminine. She should already be, she shouldn't be masculine. She shouldn't be acting like a man. And she shouldn't have to demand her man to be masculine. It's switched, the roles are switched around and they need to be fixed. But who's going to fix it? Guys, we have to. And you need to stop dating these masculine women. It's like, no, I'm not going to take any of your bullshit. And I'm not going to accept you in your masculine whatever. Okay, I can't even comprehend that women are masculine. Okay, that's stupid. Women act like men. Okay, stop. And why is it so hard to be feminine when that is in your nature? That is what you are. And I don't get men as acting feminine. I mean, that I can't comprehend that. And I'm including gay guys too. Okay, why do you have to act feminine? It's just weird. But that's a different story. I've known plenty of gay guys. Most of them are in the company that we were working at. They did their job. They did it well. And they were good guys. Okay? Might not agree with their lifestyle at home, but that is not my problem. Okay? They're good people. They were friendly, and we got along. Okay? Yeah, it's like I don't have to agree with your political stances. I don't have to agree with your who you sleep with or who you the life that you live in your own personal life. I don't care, as long as, well, I do care in the long run, because, well, I will work with anybody. Okay. There are some people that I won't visit outside of work, because our beliefs are way too different. But in most cases, I mean, I've worked with gays, lesbians. I've worked with Muslims. I've worked with pretty much all lifestyles. I've worked with, gone along with. I have friends who don't believe what I believe, yet they're outstanding people. I have friends that are, anyway, I don't want to make, this has already been a long, you should be able to work with anybody, despite their lifestyle, their gender, and their, just their way of life, okay? You should be able to have a work relationship, and you should be able to do your job despite how they live their life outside of work. Okay? That is part of being an alpha. That is part of being a leader, a man. Okay? You You have a job, you do it, and you use the tools and the people that you have around you. And if you can't, then quit. Get a different job. And I say that while knowing that it's hard to get jobs these days. All right. So you got to do what you got to do. And you got to do it with the people you got to do it with. All right. But in life, in relationships, you choose who you date, you choose who you marry. And choosing a woman who acts masculine, that needs to stop. That is my recommendation. Okay? And we'll leave it at that. So go be a man. Go be the best alpha, best leader that you can possibly be. And live the best life you can possibly live. All right? Stop giving in to these OF models. Stop being a simp. And by doing so, you are making the world a better place. Okay? I can't wait till OF goes out of business. I can't wait till these OF models come back to reality and have to get a normal job because, yeah, they might have made millions, but they didn't invest it and they wasted it. And now they're alone and poor and got a few cats. Because no good man, well, I want to say no good man would actually marry a OF worker or that style, that type of woman that does that type of job. But people change, I know that. There are good men out there that will forgive the woman who's done that and lived that lifestyle. There's a prophet in the Bible that God tells him to marry the town whore, and she continuously goes back into that lifestyle even after having this prophet pull her out of that lifestyle, even buying her off the slave block. Yet she keeps going back into that lifestyle. You can look them up and do the research, but there are good men out there that are willing to marry these women. I just hope that they think about what they're doing, okay? And the women that actually do that, if you're actually listening, if you're still listening, make the changes you need to change. Get right with God. And I am sure you will find a decent man who will look past or even forgive that lifestyle that you're living. But that is a small possibility. And I recommend most men don't date that type of woman, because they are going to have to endure a lot of trials to overcome that. Anyway, I've talked a lot. I hope you got something out of it. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. If you want to help me out and get me out of this truck and put me into an office, subscribe to my Bandcamp for $3 a month. You'll get access to over 2,600 of my songs. Good quality songs, a lot better than most of the music out there. I mean, I can't believe these radio stations are playing music that was made 20 years ago. Songs that I grew up with as a teenager, they're still playing, and it's not an oldie station. All right, so that'll definitely help me out. Thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to you in the next one. All right.